Aisha is held in high regard within Islam, but we also need to understand her relationship with the Prophet and what exactly her most important role was within the religion. It says in Sahih Bukhari 51:34, narrated Aisha, that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. Hisham said, I have been informed that Aisha remained with the Prophet for 9 years, i.e., until his death. So let's first of all understand that Muhammad married a 6-year-old child, and then he consummated the marriage with her whenever she was 9 years old, and then she stayed with him for 9 more years until she was 18, which is whenever he died from the Battle of Khaybar, because he was foolish enough to ingest poison from a Jewish lady whom Muhammad slaughtered at the Battle of Khaybar. But I want to continue on and specifically highlight, like I said, the role of Aisha with regards to this video. Let's continue on. It says in Sahih Bukhari 268, and I think it's important for us to read the actual chapter title here. It says, having sexual intercourse and repeating it, and engaging with one's own wives and taking a single bath after doing so. Narrated Qatada. Anas bin Malik said, the Prophet used to visit all his wives in a round during the day and night, and they were 11 in number. I asked Anas, had the Prophet the strength for it? Anas replied, we used to say that the Prophet was given the strength of 30 men. And Sa'id said the authority of Qatada that Anas had told him about 9 wives, not 11. So what it's saying here is that Muhammad would visit all his wives and have sexual relationships with them, and that he would only have one bath after he finished with the 9th woman. So that's what I want us to see. But I want us to see, like I said, the importance of Aisha's job here, and it is right here. In Sahih Bukhari 229, narrated Aisha, I used to wash the traces of Jabat, which is semen, from the clothes of the Prophet, and he used to go for prayer while traces of water were still on it. This is water spots were still visible on his clothing. So here, Muhammad made Aisha, the 9-year-old, scrub semen from his clothing before he went to the mosque for prayer. So this is a very disturbing relationship that Muhammad had with his 9-year-old child bride. So I just want Muslims to let that sink in. The relationship that Muhammad had with Aisha, that he would marry the little girl at 6 and then consummate the marriage at 9, and then he would have sexual intercourse with all of his wives, and then he would not take a bath until the 9th one was over, and then he would have Aisha to clean his clothing by scraping the dried semen off of his clothing, and he would go to the mosque for prayer afterwards, and they would see the water spots on his clothing. This is not good. This is not how one is to treat their spouse. But obviously here Muhammad did not care, because Muhammad was only out looking for himself, which is par for the course for Muhammad, because Allah would give Muhammad whatever he wanted, regardless on whether it was lawful for the other Muslims or not. So Muslims, ask yourself, is Muhammad truly a perfect pattern of conduct? Or should you be looking for somebody who is much better and has a greater moral compass than Muhammad?